All right, so here's what's going on. We're going to start with the bike, and we're going to stay on the bike for 5 minutes, and we're going to keep our heart rate between 135 and 145 beats per minute. We're going to track the output in watts relative to the effort. Then we're going to go straight into an exercise which is going to be wall balls. We're staying on the wall balls for 3 minutes for max repetitions, and we're going to go for best effort. We're not going to concern ourselves with a target heart rate. From there, we're going to go into either the row, ski, or run. The run heart rate is going to roll out at about 155 beats per minute. The row heart rate is going to be 135 to 145, and the ski is going to be a taste higher, 145 to 155 beats per minute. And we're just going to see as we return to the wall ball what the tail of the tape is in respect to training load. Just to recap what's going on here, first the bike 5 minutes, 135, 145. The run 5 minutes, 155, 165. Wall ball 3 minutes for max effort, as many reps as possible. Rowing 5 minutes at 135 to 145 beats per minute. Skierg 5 minutes between 145 and 155. The concept here is to govern the heart rate so that the lactate threshold is maintained without getting too toxic, in which case you blow up when you come back to the wall balls. We're now on the bike, and the focus being not to allow the heart rate to exceed 145 beats per minute and to be conscious of the workload. Right now he's at about 297 watts and the heart rate is lower. It's probably around 130 beats per minute at the moment. We expect that he's going to get very close to 145, and the average yield is going to end up being at about 170 watts average. And then, of course, there's the wall ball. This is a really insidious exercise. We're using a 30-pound slam ball. I'm using a reference ball beneath him to make sure he gets full extension and full drop down into the squat. And the idea is to perform as best he can indifferent of his heart rate. And the goal being that between the other exercises, we're able to manage heart rate well enough that he can perform when he gets to the wall ball exercise or any other intense exercise for that matter. Here we are now on the Skierg, and the Skierg is showing us about 170 watts on average, and his heart rate's pushing in the 149 range, which is pretty much what we suspected it would be. And we're going for 5 minutes on this effort as well. Okay, here we are fresh off of the Skierg into the run. We predicted a 6-minute mile pace would create a heart rate of about 160 beats per minute, which is pretty manageable for him. Things become problematic when they start to rise above 160 beats per minute. So we're going to find that with time, he'll start to break down, and we needed to lower the speed of the belt in order to keep functioning. Otherwise, the heart rate would be completely out of control. Now, here you see us on the rowing machine, and heart rate cost is a little lower, but we started noticing that the power output started to drop as we continued on. And this is a tired man at this point. He's gone hard for about 35, 40 minutes, all said and done. And this is what you need to do if you want to prepare yourself for a Hyrox style competition. Now, we've done this a bunch of different ways, but without chasing someone around the block or watching them run, putting them on the treadmill is about the only avenue we have. This is a lot of fun.